fuck around and find
I
out.
was literally
Yeah.
thinking the same thing.
Yeah.
I think trial and error is like one of
Yeah.
the greatest ways of learning.
Yeah. So when it was, I think the first thing that like really captured me was like just doing milk punches.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I remember you became very meticulous
Yeah.
with like milk punches, and I was just like, I would ask you a question, and you're like, no, I'm learning. I've realized this from what I've seen in previous, so I'm trying to prevent that from happening by doing this. And I was like, okay, this is someone who's problem solving for something they actually care about.
Yeah.
They're looking for the most
I
efficient way.
started, yeah, because when I was a text recipe, they're going to do exactly this and that. There would have been like 3 or 4 different variations where I would have just tested something and been like, hey, what if I change the temperature of the milk? What if I change the temperature of the actual batch? And it was like just doing different things consistently over the period of like 3 weeks where you make the same batch multiple times, but every time you do something slightly different,
One
and see what
little
the end, yeah, and you see the end result, and then it's like that's when I learned like, okay, I mean, this was before like ChatGPT, where you could just punch it in and be like, hey, what is the optimal temperature that I should have X, Y, and Z at to do all this stuff? But it was that phase of like, okay, cool, I understand now that for a milk punch, I need to have my milk at a higher temperature, and that's the actual base cocktails at a lower temperature because that temperature change helps with the curdling as well. And then obviously
I fucking knew it.
that's what it was. It's like in those days during like Cafe Noir days, it was a lot of curiosity and a lot of growth. And then all those experiences led up to the point where now it is a little bit more, I can sort of foresee if I change this. And the more exposure to those experiences, like obviously built up the knowledge that now I have a better understanding of like if I was to change this process and do this particular thing differently, I can sort of now expect the result to be different.
So
in
much
that way.
of error has
Yeah.
decreased.
But whereas back then it was literally just me just messing around.
Yeah.